Hello, boys. How's it been hanging?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
How's it going?
It's going good on my end. I Why don't we start off with some introductions? We'll start with you, Wilco.
Hello, world. I'm Wilco. I am like the token Australian friend. I've known someone since Jesus, must be nearly 15 years at this point, or
About
something close
15
to it.
years. Yeah.
We go back to like Mario fanfiction days,
Hell yeah.
which is a hell of a thing. Um, and you may have seen me being a fucking goblin in the charity board game streams. But
Yes, on the board game streams, Wilco is known, has a reputation for being the most devious motherfucker around. In fact, whenever we play board games, the common joke I make is that we are each other's shadow links because usually, if a game involves simultaneous move choosing, we end up doing the exact same decisions because great minds and rivals think alike. But yes, Wilco, one of my oldest friends. Thank you for being here. And
Pleasure.
Rick, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, first, let me just say that Wilco's reputation is definitely well earned. I would describe Wilco as a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, of course.
So
Sounds about right.
my name is Rick. I am on Twitter as Rip_Carnage. I've been friends with these guys for several years. Mostly met through mutual friends, but I'm sure that I can trace our lineage back to AIM chats from the early 2000s at some point.
Yes, my connection to you, and I believe Wilco is the same, is through David, who's
Yes.
been on the podcast before.
Yeah, that's
And
him.
again, well, old school friend. And yeah, Rick? What's your sort of what's your bag? What do you like to do creatively, or what are your interests?
I mostly just do a lot of things centered around gaming, which is kind of always been my thing. I've been playing video games since I was just a wee little baby. I grew up on point and click adventure games with my parents, and that's actually how I met David, and also how I met my wife. So pretty deep in depth there.
That's a hobby that pays off.
Uh,
Who meets their wife in a hobby on the internet? Loser.
I was going to say someone. That's something that you and I have in common is that we met our significant others online, but not being like in a dating service. Like usually when I tell people I met my wife online, they're like, "Oh, would you use Match.com?" And I'm like,
Yeah, okay, Cupid.
No, the Quest for Glory message board.
The Nintendo writer Lemmy's Land. Yeah. Now, before we get into other shit, I did ask Twitter for some suggestions for topics, and Rick, let's start with you. What's one that you thought was a good one to start off with topic wise?
So our good friend Youngie asked, please answer this, handsome lads, emphasis on handsome, might I add. What is a formative piece of culture or media that made you realize, oh snap, this kind of stuff is my jam?
Interesting. I feel like I have different answers for different things. Like obviously Mario, that pretty big, important, formative part of my life. Got me my closest friends and my wife. So one topic that I know we're gonna get into later, but board games for me, that was Forbidden Island at an Otacon years and years ago. Like Wilco, you were there, right?
I believe I wasn't there the first time you played it, but then we played it when
I
we went
see.
to Ocean City that time.
And you played Forbidden Desert with us, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was one that was also, I was like, oh shit, board games can be good. Like,
How little he
those are
knew
some
at
that
that
come.
moment.
Oh god, yeah. Those are some that come to mind, but either of you got one that comes to mind?
I guess that one that came in like a little later, like you with board games for me was Fallen London and that thing. So shout out to Fail Better Games, I guess, because thank you very much. yeah, if I'm taking that back further, because that whole thing is like bad things can happen. There's an entire like storyline that will not have a good ending. It will the completion of it literally bricks your account.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if I had to dial it back further to like, I do enjoy grim media. Like, I'd take that back to my childhood and like second or third grade after school, watching the animals of Farthing Wood. So that's
Which one's the Animals of Farthing Wood? Is that the one where they all die?
it is the one where yeah, like the forest starts getting like, you know, knocked down for construction, and all the animals decide, okay, we're gonna go to the we're gonna make a long journey to the national park, and most of them die horribly.
It's like Watership Down, the TV show. Like, that's the one where the porcupines got run over by a truck, right?
Right. Yeah. There's this whole sequence where they're like crossing the road and they're like trying to resist the instinct to curl up because there's danger, because they know it will kill them, and then they do it anyway.
And of course, that inspired little Wilco. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Wilco, the best way for me to describe Wilco is like, imagine like a top hat wearing, monocle, mustache curling vampire gentleman with a cape and a cane with a dice on it. And he goes, "Oh, would you like to test fate?" And he rolls like 30 dice. And he goes, but you're down the morally grey path. That's like, that's anything like that is Wilco energy.
Yes, but first he produces the dice from the inside of his suit pocket.
Yeah. And they're made of like human bones or something. It's like, I procured these in a less than savory way, or some shit like that.
Yeah, and after you've lost everything, he just fans out some cards and says, "Oh, are cards your game?"
Okay, does it suit you? So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How about you, Rick? What comes to mind for you?
So there's a couple that come to mind to me. For board games in particular, I, believe it or not, can trace that back to the floor of your apartment in Michigan when we first played Machikoro.
Oh shit!
Really? Wait, that was what sparked it?
I thought you were into board games way before that.
Oh,
like I was,
no.
like from kid level. Damn.
Oh no,
Wow.
no! I was into like tabletop RPG stuff. Like I played a lot of D&D with friends, but I'd never done board gaming per se. So when we first played Machikoro, it's like, oh my god, board games can be fun. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Remember when we used to play games on the fucking floor like savages? Oh my god, like that was back when I didn't know better. Now it's, on a table. It's on a damn table with, chairs. But
yes, now
I remember we played Machikoro. I think Dead of Winter, was that when we played?
I did not play Dead of Winter.
We didn't play it at the time. Like we considered it, but like time constraints.
What did we play that because that was my wedding?
Yes.
Right?
That was the wedding, yeah.
Did we play any other games around that time?
I think it was just a shitload of Machikoro.
And definitely
it's a
some
great game.
Mario Party, which isn't, strictly speaking, a traditional board game, but
very, very adjacent.
I have vivid
I didn't
memories
know
of
that, Rick.
Bowser's Big Blast during the wedding.
Yes.
Bowser Big Blast is phenomenal.
So yeah, I was your board game familiar. I hope you're happy about that.
That actually makes me really happy, because now that I see, because like there are only a few friends of mine that are like I would say on the same level as me in terms of enthusiasm, right? And Wilco, you're like one of them, but I don't think you don't like read up on like all the board games, Wilco, right?
So it's like, not usually. It's more like
it's more like you'll play whatever.
I have a number of friends that do that, so it's like I can just absorb this through osmosis. I'm just down to play.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Whereas for me, it's like, Rick, you're one of them that is like that, and then Matt Arnold, who's been on the podcast before, who you guys have met. Wilco has definitely met him.
I'm pretty sure that I've run across him at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think you two are the only ones that come to mind anyway. Oh, no. Ryan, another friend of mine, Ryan, he also is very, very into them. But, yeah, like it makes me very happy to hear that I was sort of the introduction for you, because I feel like I've been that for a lot of people. But I had thought you had, like, I don't know, played them for like, you know, years before or whatever.
No.
That was still also pretty early in my board gaming foray as well, because that was a gift from Elizabeth and Adib, that game, and that was like, we were just starting to become known as like, oh yeah, they play board games, and so they got that for us as a gift. Now, since then, let's just get into board games. Have you played Space Base?
I love Space Base. Yeah,
Space Base is so fucking good. Yeah. I think that has replaced Machikoro for me.
Yeah.
Wilco, we played it together in Japan.
Did we? Was that the one with the spaceships, or was that a different one?
That was the one. It's the one with the spaceships where you roll dice. And,
okay. Because it being in the same sentence as Machikoro made me think of like a more real estate thing rather than the spaceships.
Yes. I will say the game is better with more than two. We like played it on your desk in your hotel room.
We were not rich in options for play space in Japan.
Yeah, but that game's great. It's basically, you know, similar thing where you roll dice and, you know, your ships trigger and you can get like currencies to get better ships, and it's really, really great. I still keep Machikoro though, especially because Anne-Marie loves it, and you know, it's at this point like there's what do you call it? I'm totally blanking on the word. What value the
sentimental value.
Sentimental value. Yes.
Yeah, same.
Jesse, I got to hold on to it.
My wife Jessie and I actually found that by house ruling Space Base a little bit, we sped it up for a 2-player game. We roll 2 dummy rolls in between our turns. So I'll take my turn, then we'll roll a dummy so that we can activate our other abilities, and that actually speeds up the early game considerably and makes it a lot more fun. So try that if you haven't.
That's really smart, actually. Okay, that will give you the same feel then as like playing it with other. That's cool.
Exactly.
Nice. I mean, if I get on the board game topic, I can go like forever, which I'm fine with. We can, but I will say let's kind of just start basics. Wilco, what are you got like a top 5? Rick, can be the same question for you.
Top 5.
Yeah, it can be whatever comes to mind. Doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, these are the 5 best. But
I mean, you know, something that like definitely comes to mind as far as like an immediate is the Pandemic Legacy games. They are fantastic. Kind of an on the nose topic at the moment, but
that's true. Still need to play 2 and 0.
Yeah, no, 2's great. Got that out of the way before the big one hit, as it were. And recently, as down here in Australia is relatively under control at the moment, thankfully.
Sounds nice.
We've started playing 0, so with my local group. So that's a good time.
I have a question for you. So with Pandemic Legacy Season 2, the group I played with, I don't think is going to be the same group. So will that matter, or could you kind of go into Season 2 like with people who had not played Season 1?
I think you'll be fine.
Okay. I know they're related, and I don't want to know spoilers, but it's not like you transfer anything from Season 1.
No, you don't. You don't transfer anything.
Okay. Got it.
I guess
they're very much self-contained. 2 assumes one specific ending from 1, so you don't even like get to.
Oh, interesting.
You don't even get to go off of how your team did. You just start from a fresh slate. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that totally works out.
Yeah. 2 assumes you failed in 1.
Interesting. Okay. What else you got? Or maybe we'll switch between both of you. That way you can give the other person time to think.
Sure.
So Wilco said Pandemic Legacy. Rick, you got one?
Gee, I'm not sure what my Aeon's End.
Did you get? No, well, of course you got the new Kickstarter.
Yes. I am complete on Aeon's End. I intend to keep it that way, and I hoard my Aeon's End sets like they are gold. I fucking love that game.
I need to play. I think the last Kickstarter set I haven't played yet. was it Outcasts? Is that what it's called?
Yes, we managed to get some in just before the pandemic, so we haven't played very much of it, but yeah, very, very good. I love I love having all of the possibilities of basically running any card combination, and my friend and I have played so much Aeon's End at this point that we more or less eschew some of the basic rules, like you know how there are some basic guidelines for how to set up your market. You're supposed to have like 3 gems, two relics, and 4 spells.
Whatever,
yeah. We kind of play with that quite a bit. One thing that I love about the rules as written is that they're very, very freeform about what you do with the game, and they specifically say if you'd rather play it this way, just fucking do it. It's your game. So we do a lot of that, and we have a lot of really, really, really fun combos. I cannot get enough of that game. I will buy Aeon's End until they decide to stop making it.
Yeah, what's great about those, because I'm like that with that and Marvel Legendary, is that if they ever stop making it, it's like, cool, I have enough content to last me my whole life. Like I use a randomizer app for both games and just make them different every time, and it's great. That's probably in my top 5, if not top 10, definitely. Do you have a favorite character?
I don't. And that's partially because I've seen so many at this point that I can't remember their names.
One that I really liked was the guy who could charge. He had like water powers, so he could charge his first. What do you call it? The yellow thing. The
power of the
breach.
yellow thing.
The breach, yeah. It's like, so you put a token on the breach, and now it's +1 damage. Put another token on the breach. Oh, now it's 2 damage or whatever. That guy was ridiculous.
I will say I think that I do have a favorite. I don't know if you've come across Q.
What do they do?
She is half human and I think half nemesis. She's the builder and destroyer, and you can switch back and forth between getting additional money for damage or getting additional money and getting additional damage. So like you're constantly flipping back and forth between like maximizing your buy power and then maximizing your damage. And we found a lot of really fun combos with her to really take advantage of it.
That's cool. Okay. Wilco, back to you.
Another one that comes to mind, I'd have to go with the Game of Thrones board game. I think this one is more has an element of sentimentality, giving it the edge, because I've had some great times playing this with various friends groups. But like, it's a fun game. Like, you've got your up to 6 players, and honestly, it works better with 6. Just so all the regions are in play with factions that have different abilities, and so different approaches to taking the different areas.
Yeah, it's a beefy and mean game.
Oh, it's a very mean game.
I have not. I don't know that I will ever play Game of Thrones unless I'm in the presence of either or both of you.
I'd be
just because you feel like you can't get it to the table, you mean?
I don't think that I could get it to the table. I don't think that I have a group that would be willing to play, and it's honestly very intimidating to me. I've seen so many things about it that make it sound absolutely incredible, but I just don't know if I could grok it without having somebody to walk me through it.
Makes sense.
I like the game. I don't think I like it as much as Wilco, but I would play it with the right group again, because it is ripe for treachery, and you're like making like secret deals, and it's good. I think
I should clarify, it's not a game I like to play often, but if I have the right group, it's phenomenal.
Right, it's like it's an event game. It's like
absolutely
we got
is.
6 together, the 6 bastards. It's time, yeah. I totally can get behind that. All right, back to you, Rick.
I would say that my number 2 is probably Spirit Island.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Jesse and I play a lot of cooperative stuff. We're not particularly competitive with one another, so we prefer to play games that we can enjoy together and work on together, and Spirit Island is absolutely one of those. I cannot get enough of that game. We just picked up the new expansion that came out via Kickstarter. It just came in last fall, and unfortunately haven't gotten a chance to play it as much as we'd like, but oh my god, I just adore Spirit Island. It's similar to Aeon's End, where there's just there is so much content there that will keep you going for a long time. We've played a shitload of Spirit Island, and we still haven't touched some of the mechanics.
Is that one where you buy all of it?
Yes, but there isn't very much of it to buy, so...
Oh, I see. So it's just like you got a couple more characters and stuff, basically.
Yeah, there was a small box expansion that added a couple of characters and a new mechanic, and then there was recently a new full-sized expansion that added like maybe 8 more spirits and a bunch of new stuff. So they get progressively more and more complicated too, which the game is already a little bit fiddly, and I'm fully aware of that. It takes some time to admin, especially when you haven't played in a while and you're trying to remember how everything goes, but it is so worth it. It is such a brain-burning puzzle. It is... I love stuff like that. I love things that really make me rack my brain and figure out the most efficient way to do something, and that is exactly what Spirit Island is.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. It's, and for those of you listening who aren't familiar, it's a great twist on the usual colonizer theme in board games. Instead, you are the spirits killing the colonizers who are invading your island. It's great.
Yes,
really.
and the tokens are specifically spindly little white dudes, so very satisfying, especially when you take the ocean spirit who can literally roll the tide inland and then suck them all out to the ocean and swallow them up in the sea.
Last time we played that, I played like the shadow one, whichever one that is, and I ate so many people. It was great.
That's a great theme. Back to you, Wilco.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with the game that I like to think that Spirit Island is the unofficial sequel to in Archipelago, which is about discovering an island chain and doing that not exactly great thing of profiting off it.
Yeah.
But like this one's good because it's got like it's pretty meaty. You've got goods that you can acquire that can be sold on both a domestic and an international market for different payoffs. There's one public objective, and everyone has one public objective and one end game condition, and everyone has a secret end game condition and a secret personal objective.
Okay.
So, if you exploit the island chain too much, the locals will revolt and kill everyone unless that's your secret objective and you want that to happen. So
I see.
So it's a weird twist of competitive, but also a level of cooperative because you don't want things to spiral out of control. But theme-wise, not great, which is why I like to think Spirit Island is the sequel.
Yeah, a lot of board games you're like, what's that one game? Mombasa? Oh my god, that's such a bad theme. It's a really good game, unfortunately, but such a fucking problematic theme.
Same for Puerto Rico.
Oh boy, let's not get started on that.
No.
I'm looking up Archipelago, and the designer of this is the guy who did Dungeon Twister. Either you play that?
I've not.
That's a pretty cool game. I think it's out of print. I played it on Board Game Arena though, and it's a game where you are on two ends of a dungeon. It's a one-on-one game, and you're sending your warriors kind of like towards each other, but the rooms you can twist them. So, like, you're, like, constantly twisting and turning the rooms to try to fuck with each other, and you're trying to kill each other. It's very clever. So
that sounds like a cousin of Archipelago.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good game. So I'd be down to try Archipelago. I had not heard of this one.
Sungwon, this is a game that I played when I was in Australia visiting Wilco a couple of years ago, and I gotta say, whenever the three of us are together, I am pulling out all the stops to play Archipelago with you because I think that you would love it, and I'd love to see you in that setting. Archipelago is absolutely fucking intentionally mean. Wilco didn't go into my favorite mechanic of this game. They specifically tell you in the rules you can make any deals with any players for anything you want, and you do not have to uphold your deal if you don't want to.
I love that.
Myself, Rick, Jess, and my local friends, Joey and Sia, like, we're just sitting around the table with, like, Whiskey was like, now how are we going to solve the latest crisis?
Yes, because it's like a cooperative competitive thing, so you kind of have to work together for some objectives, but you absolutely don't want to work too much together. And if somebody's a runaway leader, there's nothing stopping the other players from, like, making side deals for land or resources. And I think the only rule is there's a rule, something along the lines of once a condition has been met on your bet, you do have to pay up. But you don't have to keep the bet for long. Like, for example, if Wilco promises me a bunch of resources if I take care of a certain person and, do something to them or stop them from doing something, and in the process of me doing that, the conditions of the deal change and he no longer needs me, he can just fuck the deal and not bother with me.
It's very, I'm altering the bargain. Pray I don't alter it further.
Yes. It is absolutely fantastic, and it's the kind of game that you really need the right group for. You need a group of people who are not afraid to look each other in the eye and smile and say, it's strictly business.
I love it. I am down. We absolutely should play this. Okay. How about back to you, Rick?
Next I would say Viticulture. Viticulture is one of my all-time favorites.
So good. So good. Have you played it, Wilco?
I don't believe I have played that one.
It's about making wine. And it feels very thematic too. Like unlike some other like worker placement games, the grapes ripen and you have different workers and the seasons, and it feels like you're in Italy growing the wine. And it's a meaty game too. It's fun.
That theme is exactly why I like it.
Meaty, yeah, big old bacon wine.
I really value a strong theme when it shines through in a game. I like to feel like what I'm doing is actually tied to what the game is telling me that I'm doing.
Yes.
And Viticulture is right there. There are so many different steps. You have to prune your engine every step along the way, and you're constantly refining until you finally hit that perfect wine production loop, and then it's just like, all right, now I got to get my workers in place before anybody steals the actions that I want. How can I hedge my bets here? What other forms of doing these actions do I have just in case somebody else takes my move? And it's like, it's again such a great thematic game. It's not very hard to learn, very fun to play. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, Stonemaier Games is really good stuff, and again, I love that it's this theme and not like the typical "you're a colonizer going getting land." So, growing wine, not growing wine, but growing grapes. Making wine. It's great. I wholeheartedly agree. Back to you, Wilco.
Battlestar Galactica.
I've always wanted to play that.
Me too. Do you own it?
I do not, but I've got a couple of friends that do.
I really need, because it's out of print.
It is out of print.
I want to play this game.
Yeah, when I was over at their house while I was in Australia, the boxes caught my eye, and I did a double take, and I thought that's not. It's not really Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, I assure you it is.
Yeah, and I have no interest in the show. I mean, not. I just haven't. I have no exposure to the show. I just from the legacy of the game.
I'm currently watching the show just because of like my experience with the game. But yeah, no, it's great. You've got your I think it's 5 players minimum, and at least one person is a Cylon trying to screw over the rest of the players and ensure they don't complete the journey. And it goes up to, is it 8 players? maybe. I think it goes up to 8. Might be a little higher.
Mhm.
And you've got your characters, of which there are political characters, military characters, pilot characters, and support characters. Supports are sort of general rounders. Pilots get in the ships and go and fight the Cylon spaceships.
Mhm.
Political ones are usually are in line for the presidency, which is like policy, and military ones have the admiralty, which is like determining the next location and when to use a nuclear warhead if things are bad. But
Okay.
if a Cylon is in any of those positions of power, things can go very badly for the players. In fact, my current Discord icon is an image a friend drew. I got it commissioned actually after the running gag we had, which was re-elect Cylon President Wilco. He's the devil, you know.
I was wondering exactly what the. It just kind of looks like you. Like, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like it's like the picture when it's bigger is like there are like some cyborgy looking bits, but so it doesn't actually look like a Cylon exactly. But it was a fun running gag, and it happens a lot.
That's great. All right, back to you, Rick.
Number 4, I would give to Terraforming Mars.
Oh,
I thought that was coming. I was
so
surprised that hadn't come up
good.
earlier.
No, Terraforming Mars is phenomenal. And that one actually, Songwan, is very contrary to Aeon's End, because that is one that I do not want to own a complete set of, because I feel like after the Prelude expansion, and I think there was one other small one, basically
I think you said there was a Venus one, right?
By the time that we got to Venus Next, like we played it with Venus Next, and then we boxed that up and put it away, and we just won't include that anymore. It added too much bloat. But I feel like the base game with just like the Prelude set and whatever is absolutely perfect. I love it. It's such a satisfying game.
Yes.
It is so much fun to get, like, you know, to draw corporations and happen to get the one that you absolutely wanted, Helion, and then just play that one and run the board because you know exactly how to play that corporation. It is so satisfying.
That game's so good that, like, obviously every game I try to win, but I just have fun playing that game. Like,
yes.
Like, I love, like, improving all the parts of the planet and getting your engine to make even more goodies. Like, at the end of the game, like, even if I don't win, I mean, obviously it's not like if I lose, I'm like, this sucks. But, like, if I lose, I'm like, oh, okay. I had a great time. Like, it's just so, that's to me, like, a sign of a great game where, you just enjoy it throughout, you know, the whole time.
I'm having flashbacks now of when Rick visited and we played Terraforming Mars, and due to like one particular card choice right at the end by my friend Squeaky, there was like one unfilled tile on the planet's surface that he could have filled in, and I was just like, why? It could have been a beautiful tapestry, you son of a bitch.
Selfish motherfucker. That's a great choice. All right, Wilco, your final choice.
Final choice. Oh, I'm going to have to go with and this kind of ties into the discussion regarding Archipelago. Nothing Personal.
I'd like to try it.
So Nothing Personal is a game about, you know, seizing control of the mafia. The old Don is ill and is not long for this world. So it's all about jockeying for position and like getting the most influence over the various members in the current hierarchy so that they're in your pocket, which, you know, goes a bit back and forth. Someone else will put more influence on them. Someone else might have someone that they can't outstrip the influence of, just put out a hit on them, kill them, and then like your investments gone. Whoever's the first player and controls the top ranking member gets like a first player token in the form of like a literal like gold plastic, you know, Don ring. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
And it's a game that can be very mean, but also it's not personal, kid. It's just business.
I'm noticing a lot of your games are extremely mean.
Yeah.
Gee, after that introductory sequence, I'm surprised that this is anything worth mentioning.
Yeah, remember when I said that Wilco's a fuck? I meant it. I meant every word of it.
Absolutely a fuck. Yeah, I really want to try this game. One of the co-designers is Tom Vassell, who I really like. The Dice Tower is a classic, board game channel, the Dice Tower, and I really want to see like what kind of game that guy can make, considering how much he loves board games. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. And Rick, your final choice?
Well, Wilco, speaking of nothing being personal, I have to say that my number 5 pick is Twilight Struggle.
I know you two have been going at it in that game.
Yes, Wilco and I have played a fair few games of Twilight Struggle, and there is not a more tense experience than waking up first thing in the morning and seeing a notification on my phone that Wilco has moved and it's my turn.
So you play it. You play that chess by mail style, right?
We've played it both ways. We've played it in a Discord together, and we've also played it asynchronously. And I kind of prefer playing it in person, just because you can hear your opponent's visceral reaction when you fuck up everything for them. But either way, God, that game is so good.
We haven't played in a while, but especially over the early months of quarantine, we had a few solid games of that chess by mail style.
I love that game. I won my first game. I played with Jay, and
we know.
And he did not pay attention to one of the victory conditions. I think it's the one. Is it the tug of war one?
If you lose if someone seizes control of Europe.
Yes. I won it in 3 turns. I was like, Jay, you're not gonna defend Europe? Okay. And then I was like, I won. And then I was like, maybe get good on the rematch, huh? And it's a phenomenal game. Now, have either of you played Watergate?
I have not played Watergate. I assume this is about Tricky Dicky.
It's about old Tricky Dicky. If you want Twilight Struggle, but bite size, Watergate's great. Some people get really intimidated by Twilight Struggle. I was intimidated by Twilight Struggle. And then I was surprised to see, oh no, it's basically just like a back and forth card game of I play this to fuck you over. Oh, I play this to fuck you over. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Twilight Struggle is essentially just Yu-Gi-Oh! Got it. Cool. It's just Cold War Yu-Gi-Oh! With a map. Excuse me. Watergate is one of you is Nixon, the other side is the press, and you have kind of a similar tug of war system, and you have the press is trying to make connections to Tricky Dick, and you have these cards that are based off events on history, and it's aha, I'll play this reaction card and stop that, or aha, I'll play this really powerful card, but then it goes away forever. It's really, really great. It gave me a very, very similar feel to this game, but in 30 minutes tops.
Watergate is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think the closest that I have to your taking over Western Europe story is when maybe the last game that Wilco and I played, and possibly because of this was the last game that we played. I got to play the War Games card, which reads that if DEFCON status is 2, you may immediately end the game after giving opponent 6 victory points. So yeah, I just played a card that won me the fucking game, and I got to hear Wilco just crack up laughing at the insane way that I defeated him at this long-form, super tense game. I just play a card, and that's it. That's the game. GG.
Damn.
It was a pretty great capstone.
That's a good move. Now Wilco, kind of going back to the Twitter suggestions. Is there one that you want to cover that you thought was worth mentioning?
Oh, let's see.
Angel had an interesting question.
What inspires Wilco's malice? Why does he enjoy our pain?
Well, Because it's fun.
Hey,
Uh,
that's fair.
I mean, if I was going to give that a more serious answer, my early teen years were not a good time. They were very bad, actually. It got to the point where there was content warning here. I got very close to topping myself at one point. But a coping mechanism is like I got pretty venomous as a person during that time. Like I'd call it like a survival strategy, call it whatever you want. But my primary coping mechanism during that time was essentially getting even in a lot of respects. And with time and some therapy and getting my life back together after in my late teens and that it's hard to essentially dial all of that out of your personality essentially.
Sure.
But I did end up more or less funneling that kind of I don't even know what the proper word is, enmity into like competitiveness and rivalry, which are much healthier emotions than actual active malice. There's probably an element of malice still there, but it's more, haha, I've beaten you at a game, suck it, as opposed to I actually want you to suffer.
Right. No, yeah, because I will say, Wilco, like, you, as much as we call you a fuck, I do definitely, and you may disagree, but I do think you are one of, like, the genuinely nicest guys that I know, like, as a friend.
I would agree with that, and I was actually going to say that I had you pegged all wrong, my friend, because I figured the reason why you were so filled with malice is because you were just so frustrated at the fact that you're such a damn nice guy.
I mean,
because you are.
It is immensely flattering to hear that, because most of the time I don't believe it myself. So it's always nice to hear it from others, because it means that the whole rebuilding myself has gone well.
Yeah,
listen,
no.
I call Wilco a fuck, and I call him a fuck to his face, but I'd be lying if I told you that Wilco was anything other than like one of the most generous, nicest people that I know. Like, Wilco is the person that when he is upset at somebody, they
fucked up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, man, I'm very happy that you managed to recover yourself and rebuild, because you've been one of my closest friends for a long time, and like I think what I like about, well, actually both of you, but is like you are both very genuine people. And like I think some people are very maybe they want to like please the crowd or whatever, and they come off as maybe a little false, but I never get that impression with either of you. And so that's also to me why I enjoy talking to you guys so much, is because of that. Now,
likewise, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, I always like to give the guests an opportunity to, and we'll start with you, Rick. Is there a topic you want to bring up, or a question for me or for the group that you want to ask? Yeah, anything you want. If not, don't worry about it, but I'm going to give you a chance.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what do you got?
Oh, no. There is a burning question that I had to make sure to write down because I did not want to forget to ask you this question.
What do you got?
Yes, delicious indeed. So, Sungwon, when I think about you, and I think about our friendship over the years, one thing that comes to mind immediately is all of the late fucking nights that we've had on Skype talking about snacks.
Yeah.
Snack Skypes.
Oh.
We have had like conversations until 6 a.m. where when I woke up at noon the next day, I dragged my wife to the grocery store to buy the snacks.
I did
that we
the exact
discussed.
same thing. I was like, gotta go to Meijer. All right, I'm gonna get this. Gonna get this. Yes.
Yes. So there is a question, and I found out about this a little while ago, and I haven't had a chance to ask you this question.
Okay.
So I need to know.
Yeah.
Are you aware of, and do you have an opinion of, the return of 3D Doritos?
What? Wait. Wait. Recently?
Oh, you didn't know?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, as of December 2020.
Yeah, those are
Doritos are back,
God.
baby.
What? Wait. What? Did you have them?
I have not.
Oh, I just did an Instacart order. Fuck. Okay, hold on. No. Oh.
Ever see a man break down live on it?
I am staring at a page of Doritos 3D Crunch chili cheese nacho. Do I do another? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, because there was, I want to say maybe like 5 years ago, a while ago, they came out with like these like shitty like jalapeno ones that were like, oh, supposedly like 3D Doritos. I don't know if you had those. They weren't good. They were just kind of gritty, and they were not the right consistency. These look very similar.
They look like the right thing, right?
They look like the right. Oh no! Okay, wait. Can I up? Wait. Okay, the delivery got delayed, I think. So can I? Can I add these on? I'm doing this real time.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay. Wait. Can I add to order, please? Okay. Oh, can I do it? Let me see.
This feels like a Twilight Struggle moment where I just move the doomsday clock a little closer to midnight.
Doritos 3D. Are they okay? Where are they? At Walmart? I think they're at Walmart. Okay, I might do like a separate fucking order. Like,
I mean, it's worth it if they're good.
And it okay. So the answer is no. I was not aware. I am very curious. In fact, I think I'm gonna do an order. I don't give a shit. Whatever. It's quarantine. Who gives a fuck?
There are no rules.
Oh wait, are they not in my area? Okay, hold on. I know this is really good podcasting. Is me mumbling to myself about Doritos 3D.
He just needs the chips.
While you're looking into that, I will say that this bodes very well for me, because that is 2 of the 3 snacks that I particularly have wanted to come back. There are Planters cheese balls.
Yes.
There are 3D Doritos, and now all we need is those sweet PB crisps.
Oh, PB crisps. Oh, those. Oh, delicious.
I'm gonna chime in with my like regular refrain during the late night snack chats. What are PB crisps?
So PB crisps, they are peanut shaped cookies, and they were, well, you don't like peanut butter because you're a freak, but they were full.
That's right. Yeah,
they're full of peanut butter, and they were just the perfect like crispy peanut buttery. Oh, just
Yes, it was the perfect ratio of crisp to peanut butter.
Let me show you a picture. Yeah, these were the shit. That would be great. I'm trying to think. That's a great topic. I'm trying to think of other ones. Wilco, are there any Australian snacks that went away from your? They don't have to be Australian. Any snacks that you missed that are like they got discontinued, like Golden Gaytime Whiz Bangs or whatever.
Oh, if they
by the way, for
cancelled
listeners,
the Golden
Gaytime is an ice cream.
people would riot
in Australia. I'm not just saying the words Golden Gaytime out of nowhere. Or like Fizzy Wobblers or something like. What are snacks that you're like, oh, I wish they made these still? Bonus points if there's something that we've never fucking heard of.
I don't know that there's anything that like I've been like super broken up about. Like snacks come and go. It's the circle of life. Like I'll eat what's available. Unless it's like something that was like an all-time favorite that leaves, I'm like, I can roll with this.
That's
And it's sad, but
that's like the adult reaction. Okay, you're boring. Like, all right.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is dream about them every night for the rest of your life when they're gone.
I'll fill in the blank here. There is an Australian snack that I wish that we had here in America that I got to sample while I was there.
Which one?
Oh yeah.
And those are Mars pods.
Mars pods.
Oh, pods.
I don't think this would necessarily be your thing, Sungwon, because I know you're more of the you're more of the less of the sweet friend. You're more a savory.
I'm more a savory friend.
More
But
the
describe
savory
these
guy.
to me. Are these cookies?
These are like a chocolate inside of a thin cookie shell. Think like the PB Crisp, except
I
with
would like
chocolate
this. I like that
instead.
because I like texture. So like if it's crunchy or crispy
Yes.
with the chocolate caramel, ooh. I want
These were phenomenal.
These occupy like a piece of real estate in my brain, largely because like you'd go to the cinema and there'd always be like, you know, ads before the movie, and there'd usually be one for these bastards, and it always was like, the pyramids, impressive, yeah, but can you eat them? And then it'd be like, Mars pods.
Yeah, I mean the answer is no, you can't. So who fucking cares? They're not pods.
I wish Mars bars, like that name caught on here. Like that's such a good name for a fucking candy bar.
Wait, Mars is not really a thing in the US?
No, we have Milky Way. You guys say Milky Way, right?
Yeah, we have Milky Way. Milky Way. Do we still have Milky Way? I think Milky Way kind of died.
Milky Way survived here, but Mars bars? No, we don't really. It's not a thing here.
Now Mars is the name of the company, correct?
It's the name of the company, but the bar, I mean, I'm sure it's sold in like maybe in some like specialty, but it's not one of the regular bars you see ever. Like I can't remember the last time. In fact, I don't even know if we sell them in America, but what is a Mars bar? It's caramel and nougat?
I think so.
Okay. And also, is your chocolate as good as Europe's chocolate?
I've never been to Europe, so I couldn't tell you.
Is it better than our chocolate?
Oh God, yes.
Okay,
like,
then it's probably.
And I've told this story to you before, but you know, like as a kid, I read a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and there was always like, you know, a full page advertisement, you know, in some of them, usually at least once per issue, of like a Hershey bar, and I was like, oh, this must be like the American chocolate.
Yeah.
And then when I got to America and I tried, I was just like, this is gravel. What is this?
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah, like our chocolate compared to like Europe's chocolate, Europe's chocolate is so fucking good, and ours is so sad in comparison.
Going back home to my Cadbury.
Hey guys, what drink should I get with these Doritos to get qualified for the $10 minimum delivery thing? Are there any new drinks out? Or maybe I'll try a drink I haven't had. Maybe RC Cola. I don't even know if I've had RC Cola.
You've never had RC Cola?
I think maybe once. Like, is it any good?
It's I mean, it's cola.
You haven't had RC Cola? I mean, it's fun.
Because yeah, because it's like it's a Midwest thing. So I'm kind of surprised that you haven't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That was not popular. Like, or what are some other like sodas that are like kind of less common? Like, Wilco. I'm sure there's 1,000 like. What's the one that David always jizzes his pants about? The lemon one?
Oh, either Lift or Solo, which are the two, which are produced by, you know, Coca-Cola and Schweppes.
What is like your go-to Australian soda? You're like, this is.
I'm a big fan of Vanilla Coke.
Okay,
which is like the one Coke flavor down here that like there was enough interest in the limited time flavor that they just made it a permanent one. Cherry Coke did not survive, and neither did any of the other. Neither of any of the other flavors they tried. Like you only see those as like limited time.
Mm.
Solo is good. There's like a variant that's like lemon lime instead of just lemon, what I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
When I visit you, I am going to go to town on your grocery store.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Yeah, like I'm like, let's go. Everything I don't recognize, I want. I'm going to. We're gonna. I did that when I went to Ireland for a con. I was like, it's for my what do you call it? The one of the con people. I was like, hey, can you get me to the local grocery store? He's like, why? He's like, I just want. And then I bought every Walker's crisps. Every like, I was like, what do you guys like? What do you like? And then just throw it in the cart. Yeah, I never heard of that. It was a good time.
Yeah, like it's not a soda, but or a soft drink as we call them. But I do really like just getting like a 500ml bottle of Ribena, which is like the blackcurrant fruit drink that you get down here. Because you guys don't get blackcurrant.
Yeah, we don't do blackcurrant
No,
here.
we do not.
Yeah.
Blackcurrant juice is really nice.
Sounds good. Now, Wilco, is there a topic you wanted to bring up or a question for me or for both of us that you wanted to ask?
Let's see.
Meanwhile, I'm deciding what other... they have some kind of Mountain Dew melon flavor. I'm just going to try that, because why not?
Do they still make Mountain Dew Livewire?
Livewire? I don't know. Let me see.
I have such a specific memory of Livewire. Summer of 2003, limited edition orange Livewire Mountain Dew. I drank so much of that like all of the events of that summer, like our trip to South Carolina, all the late nights that I spent up on AIM talking to David, like it all comes back to me when I think of Livewire.
Interesting.
See, when I think of Livewire, the first thing I think of is like the one like episode of Batman the Animated Series where Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn team up with Superman villain Livewire.
Yeah, me too. Mountain Dew Frostbite? I've never heard of this. I'll try that. Okay, I think I have enough for my order. Oh, okay. All right. Should I? Is there any impulse shit I should just throw on here, guys? Any like dumb fucking food items?
Go with your heart.
Nah, I think I'm good then. If you have no suggestions,
I'm always a fan of Snyder's loaded pretzel pieces.
Ooh,
that sounds fake, but okay.
Those...
No, it is very real, my friend.
Yeah,
honey mustard.
All right, these are gonna come.
Sounds fake, I say, knowing full well I could go down to the supermarket and pick up like a 50-pack of Zuper Dupers.
Zuper Dupers are popsicles, right?
Yeah, I think that's the.
Or Zuper Dupers Freezy
use.
Pops.
What's the difference?
Put a picture of them in the chat.
All right.
We'll determine what these are. Fucking Zuper Duper Golden Gate time, my ass.
Wilco could go down and grab a Whopper from Burger King, except he'd have to get it from Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, because the Hungry Jack's was already copyrighted.
And then you were telling us you guys just recently got Taco Bell for the first time.
Yes. There's a Taco Bell near my house now in the old Red Rooster building.
All right, Rick, I have officially placed the order. I believe these will be here later this evening. I will let you know.
Those are Zuper Dupers. Are they Freezy Pops or...
These are Freezy Pops. Yeah. Well,
those are Freezy Pops.
Some people call them Otter Pops. What do you call these, Rick?
Freeze Pops.
Freeze Pops, Freezy Pops, yeah.
Okay,
Super Dupers! They come in, for the listeners, orange, pineapple, lime, bubblegum, and blue, which is interesting, raspberry, cola, fairy floss, and black currant. Fairy floss is cotton candy?
Yes, okay. That's what we call cotton candy.
Got it.
What?
Oh.
We're always learning something new. Fairy floss. Now,
this cultural exchange.
Now, what colors does fairy floss usually come in?
Like pale pink or pale blue.
Okay,
I think that's the same over there, right?
That's the same, yeah. Okay.
Sometimes you see like some novelty colors, but it's usually those.
Okay. Any last weird I shouldn't say weird, different Australian food things from us, like, or when you came to America, was there anything you remember that was like, oh, this is weird, or like this is not what we do for like food wise or drink wise?
I'd heard about it. Like, I guess this is like not so much a product specific thing, and I'd heard about it, of course, but I was just blown away by how much high fructose corn syrup is in like literally everything. When I was over
Interesting.
there.
So what do you? Go ahead.
Like, it's banned down here. You can't use high fructose corn syrup. Like, the health authorities banned its use. It's like, you use actual sugar or tough titties.
Interesting. So, does our like soda taste different to you?
A little bit. Like, I mean, soda wherever you go tastes a little bit different because the local water factors into it.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that high fructose corn syrup was banned in Australia. That's smart. Seems like you guys ban a lot of stuff that we should probably ban, like guns and high fructose corn syrup.
Going outside during a pandemic.
Going outside during a fucking pandemic.
I also recall Wilco being very, like, I don't want to say culture shocked, but just surprised by the size of our large drinks here.
Right,
yeah.
Because, like, the size of a small McDonald's drink in America is the size of a large McDonald's drink here. And also, the large is, like, the size of, like, half a baby or something. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Like, a small is
like
our large is your... Or wait, our small is your large? That's not enough. What the fuck is your small? Like a cup? Like a little thimble?
I think our medium was your large, Wilco. I think you're exaggerating a bit, yes.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just thrown off by how gigantic the large was.
The large is pretty big.
This is like... They've built a second cup onto the bottom of a cup. This isn't a singular cup. This is like a Power Rangers Megazord of cups.
I mean, have you seen a gas station's like giant cup?
I have.
Yeah, that is like, that's a baby.
Those are tremendous. Those are like, I mean, they're not kidding when they say big gulp. Like, we do see something close to that in some of the 7-Eleven gas stations here occasionally, but I was just like, damn, that's so much soda.
Yeah, you can't. I recently I tweeted I got a Grubhub order and they sent me a Diet Coke in one of those big plastic tubs that you usually put soup in.
That's right, I saw that.
It's humongous. It lasted me all day. Like, I was like, finally, exactly enough soda.
They understand.
I think it last me. No, it lasted me. I think the entire day. In fact, I was streaming, and people were like, "Is that the same soda from your like lunch tweet?" I'm like, "Yep, it's still going." I remember when Wilco, one of my, I think, was this the first time we met in person? It might have been. When you came to visit with like Elvis, was that the first time we met in person?
I believe so, yes.
So, of course, one of my fondest memories is taking Wilco to a Wendy's, and where
God, I know where this is going.
We just bullied him into finishing a Baconator meal because he just could not handle the size of that meal, and we were like, eat it, you bitch, eat it, you baby. And
I got there in the end.
He did finish the Baconator and the fries. Just because otherwise we'd have to deport you. We'd have to send you back to Australia. You have to be able to do that to visit this country. But
I do love Baconators, though.
Baconators are really good. Do you guys have Baconator? Do you have Wendy's?
We don't have Wendy's.
It's too bad. Wendy's is good. What is your like? You have Hungry Jack's. You have McDonald's. Is there a chain that is like a big burger chain, but not in America?
The most immediate one that springs to mind is probably Red Rooster.
Okay.
They're like a chicken chain. They've got some burgers. Do you guys have schnitz? I don't think you have schnitz
No,
because
is that
David
schnitzel?
was. Yeah, they're a schnitzel based chain. They're pretty good. That's
We
right.
also don't have Nando's.
Nando's?
Yeah.
What? Don't we have Nando's?
Oh, I thought you do had Nando's.
Oh, maybe they're just not in my region then.
Yeah, because you live in fucking bumfuck Ohio.
Well, yeah.
Nando's,
Ouch.
I believe we do have, but not in a lot. Not like it's like only a couple places. I think. I know there's a couple. I'm looking it up. There's 14 in Maryland, 12 in Illinois, 6 in DC, 10 in Virginia. So mostly East Coast. I remember seeing them in Maryland when we went to Otakon, or was it Otakon? Yeah, Otakon in DC.
Nando's are fine. Like, I like the peri peri flavoring on their chips more than anything, but also I find that their chips are like kind of soggy a lot of the time, which I don't care for.
I see. I not related, but semi-related because Australia. I actually just got sent a giant box of it's seriously crammed full with Tim Tams and
There's a lot of those these days.
Shapes.
Shapes, yep, shapes are good. Shapes are really good.
Are those chips or what are these? Crackers, chips?
They're like little biscuits or crackers, I guess you call them, with like flavoring, like
they look really
spices
good.
and stuff on them. Barbecue is probably my favorite. If you've got they're the ones in the green box, I think.
Well, there's a bunch of them in here, so I'll let you know. But I'm excited. I never did do a Tim Tam slam, which, if I'm correct, it is you bite both ends and drink through it.
Yeah, that's the Tim Tam slam.
Ooh, I might do that after this. That sounds good.
But yeah, like actually, the shapes does bring us back a little bit. Is there a thing that's gone away? I believe at some point a few years ago they like changed the recipe of shapes a little bit, and I don't think they taste quite as good as they used to. But you know, they're still pretty good.
And what shape are they? Why are they called shapes?
Because each like variation is a different shape. Like the barbecue ones are hexagonal. I think the pizza ones are sort of like got like little loops and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
They're all like little different shapes with flavors on them.
That's cute. Okay, let's end with your favorite fast food place, because we talked about fast food. So your favorite fast food place, what do you order, and your favorite snack. We'll go back to you, Rick. What's your favorite fast food place, and what is your order?
I have to say, God, my favorite fast food place in general is probably Wendy's, just because of that Baconator. But I mean, I know you talked with Dave a little bit about this on the episode you recorded with him, and I remember him saying that the fries were just kind of okay. And
I agree.
I definitely agree with that. However, if I'm looking for fries, Arby's is where it's at. I love Arby's fries. I would eat a giant bucket of nothing but curly fries. So probably some combination of those two, but yeah, Wendy's is my ultimate guilty pleasure when it comes to fast food.
Okay, how about you, Wilco? What is your favorite?
If I'm just like, I could go for some fast food, like just on a given day. Front runner is probably the old Dirty Bird, the Colonel, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, as it's known colloquially.
The old Dirty Bird.
Yeah. Everyone knows it's very greasy, but so it's got like, various nicknames like the Dirty Bird, sometimes just the Colonel. One of my former housemates was fond of referring to it as Kentucky Fried Rat.
Okay, interesting. Now, what do you just get? Classic wings, or what do you get?
I like to get like a zinger burger of some. That's right, because you guys call them sandwiches if there's anything other than beef in them.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't. But if it's in a burger bun, it's a burger.
I'm sorry.
I don't know
So if
about
I put like Fruit Loops, do you know what Fruit Loops are? I don't know if you guys have progressed far enough to know what Fruit Loops are. If I put
Yummy circles.
Oh, do you?
They're not
do you,
called
do you,
that.
Do you mean
They're called Fruit Loops.
color rings? I love color rings.
Is this going to be another Rice Bubbles Cocoa Pop situation?
Rice bubbles.
Rice bubbles. Oh, but that one's real, right?
That one is real. That's what you call them. What you call them like Rice Krispies and Cocoa Krispies, right?
Rice Krispies, yeah. Rice bubbles.
Yeah. The little bubbles of rice, and they pop when you like.
They're not
add milk.
bubbles. They're not. They're not round. They're not like orbs.
Bubbles don't have to be round.
What? Bubbles are round. When you blow a bubble, it's round.
God, I feel like this is a prolific 3 a.m. Skype argument.
Yeah.
Like, this is like one step removed from like, what's an edible plant? Everything's an edible plant. Some of them you can just only eat once because it will kill you. But
so
yeah, like I'll usually get like.
Hold on, sorry to interrupt. If I put Fruit Loops between a burger bun, that's a Fruit Loop burger.
I mean, as long as you made the Fruit Loops into a patty first.
Oh, so you're saying it's a patty? Okay, so if
like if you've got like
a
a crumbed chicken fillet that you're using as like a patty, like you've got a solid piece of meat in there, basically.
So if I took dog shit and formed it into a patty and put it between it, would that be a dog shit burger?
I mean, that'd be a pretty apt description. I wouldn't fucking eat it, but that'd be an apt description.
Okay.
I believe it would be dingo shit.
Yeah. Oh, you mean a dingo dango? Oh yeah, classic.
I love a dingo dango.
They changed the recipe. Sorry. Yes, it's a zinger. You said.
Yeah, which is like in theory is the spicy variant, but they aren't as spicy as they used to be, I think, because most people are babies and can't handle spice. Which is, so that's fine. Like, it's fine enough, and I'll usually get, like, some wicked wings on the side with it, which are, again, in theory, the spicy ones, but they've really dialed down the spice over the years. I'm assuming to apply to appeal to the lowest common denominator of people who can't handle spice.
When we talk spice, are we talking like a buffalo style or like a hot chicken style? Like what do these taste like?
I want to say hot chicken.
Okay.
Style. Because like it's not buffalo. Like I do like buffalo wings, and I'll order those from places sometimes, but it's definitely not buffalo flavor.
I see. Okay. And then back to you, Rick. Favorite snack food?
If I had to pick one all-time favorite snack food, it would probably be white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice.
I love Cheez-Its. I could eat Cheez-Its like I could eat curly fries. I could just have handfuls of them throughout the day, and that would be all that I would eat. I love them so much.
That is the best flavor. I agree. That's a very good choice. And we'll go. Let's finish off with you. What's your favorite snack?
For me, I think it's probably going to go to Mission chips. No, not just chips, but Mission's lime and chili corn chips. I like those a lot. They're harder to find these days.
Let me see what these are, because we don't have these. Mission, you said?
Yeah, Mission. Like they basically do like Mexican food. Like you can buy like burrito wraps and stuff from them. But they also do like a corn chip line, and I really like the lime and chili ones.
So these are kind of like Tostitos. You know what Tostitos is?
I've seen the packets.
Or these? I mean, these are kind of like Doritos. I mean.
Yeah, they're just corn chips with like lime and chili flavoring. The ones I'm talking about.
I noticed you guys also
I've had them.
Like Taki variations. You know what Takis are?
I don't think so.
Takis are like rolled up Doritos, and I googled Mission Lime, and I can see you guys have Atomics, which look like curled up ones. Which the comparison for us is Takis here, stateside.
Okay, not really familiar with those.
Well, maybe you should explore your
Maybe I
snack
should.
landscape like I am tonight with these Doritos 3D.
Oh man,
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to either be enthralled or sorely disappointed. I don't think there's gonna be I don't think it can be in between. It's gonna be, these are exactly what I remember. I'm looking at these. We'll see.
I might go try to hunt down a bag tomorrow myself. We'll be in another chat tomorrow night, so maybe we can compare notes on the 3D Doritos.
Yeah, we should. And thank you for letting me know. And if you ever hear any other food news, Rick, please let me know.
Oh yeah,
anything as important as this was the most important piece of news I've heard all day. And Anne-Marie got vaccinated today. But this is the most important important piece of news I got.
Wow!
This is the most important piece of news I got today. Now, let's thank you again for, or not thank you again, and thank you yet. Thank you for taking the time. I feel like we could go like 2 more hours easily, but
I'm sure
I'm
we
definitely
could.
gonna have you guys back on at some point. Rick, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, @rip_carnage. I also have a blog at suchminutia.com where I've written some articles about some of the Dragon Quest games. And I also have a YouTube channel, Such Minutia, which I have been doing some point-and-click adventure game playthroughs. So check that out. I try to keep them chill and low energy. My goal with my YouTube videos is, if you can fall asleep listening to me, I will have accomplished my mission.
Oh, yeah.
I have put myself to sleep editing my own videos, so as long as it works for somebody else.
So I'm sorry. So ASMR, you're doing your own ASMRs for Ricks, basically.
Yes, exactly,
Sure.
exactly.
Got it. And Wilco, where can we find you?
Well, I'm pretty thin on the ground, but you can find me on Twitter @Wilco Jones.
And some of the board game streams every now and then.
That's true. Yeah. You can find me like directly at that Twitter, or I will almost certainly turn up like probably cackling like a madman in the margins of your various board game streams.
And
those are a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, and I will probably be doing some, not soon, but soonish, because I'm finally back on fulfilling some of the milestones that I have yet to do. So you'll see these guys, I'm sure, on some of those. And one thing is for sure is that once it is safe to do so, all 3 of us need to play board games together in person.
Oh God, yes.
Wherever that may be, whether it's here, whether it's one of your places, I don't care. I seriously want to do like okay, I know oh, we can do other things, but having like a board game focused like week or something, with people who are hardcore, that would be really, really fun. So
listen, I know that Wilco likes to explore, as he should, when he comes to the States, because it's a long way over from Australia.
Sure.
And I know, like, for example, our friend Max likes to go out and do things and see the sights. I'd be happy with taking a week off and shutting myself into 4 walls and playing board games for 7 days straight. So let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking do it. No joke.
That was definitely like one of the most striking contrasts when yourself and Jess visited, and David and Max visited. Like, David and Max were out there pretty much every day with only a couple of rest days, whereas when you and Jess were here, it's like, we had a lot of like really chill days, just sitting around. It's like, let's watch you play through until dawn. Let's see what Action Mike can do with his working machete.
Good times.
We're gonna do it. Thank you guys. Always a pleasure.